Okay, so I bought this little amp truck out in Texas while I was on the road working. And I wanted to switch over to a lipo because, you know, NiCad batteries don't do real good. And I already had some of these batteries from my rock crawler, just a 2-cell lipo. And the problem with this truck is the ESC and receiver are built into one unit, and it's also non-lipo. So I might could stick a Hobby Wing ESC in it for about 20-25 bucks. But I didn't have no soldering iron and didn't want to change the radio because I mean I went to Texas. I flew on the airplane. I didn't take anything. But I went down to the hobby shop and I found this little Venom low voltage monitor. And all you do is you plug it into your battery, to your sensor port. And okay, so the way this low voltage monitor works is you just plug in your charging wires for your balancing port in right here. It tells you how many cells, all voltage, 1 cell. It'll sit there and go through that. And my cutoff is at 3 volts. I'm going to show you how to change it because I want everybody to see what kind of noise it makes. Just push this button on the end and it'll go through. You can turn it all the way off, but then there's no point in having it for that. But it'll go from 2.7 volts all the way up to 3.8 volts. A 2 to a 8-cell battery. But I'm at 3.1, so I'm going to go to 3.2. This is just to show how it does. And that's loud enough you can hear it good if you're outside running your car around. I normally have it set on 3 volts per cell. Yeah, look at the back. You want to start from the negative side with your negative sensor wires, because if you start from this side it won't work. See, nothing. But it has to start from the side with the V on Venom. And this will save your batteries if you use it. Because if you run a lipo too low, a lot of times they won't come back. It takes care of it from there. And you know, I might would have switched speed controls if it would have been in this truck, because I already use aftermarket radio. But these things cost like 11 bucks, and you know, sometimes it can just be easier than starting to switch a bunch of stuff, especially if you're on the road or don't have experience with it. But a couple things. These lipo batteries, if they're discharged too far, it can kill them, cause damage to them. That's why it's important to have a battery cutoff. All the big racetracks, you can't run a lipo without a battery cutoff. And I've seen a lot of guys lose the race because the battery cut off and they were in the lead, but it dumped on them. It's very important to always charge these with a lipo charger using your balance wires. This keeps the 2 cells equal in the battery so it don't expand on you. This is the charger that came with this amp truck. And this is no good for charging lipos. It can overcharge them. When lipos overcharge, they can burn your house down, they can burn your RC car up, they can cause a lot of damages to you. It's just don't charge with this. It's not good for that. Always use a lipo charger on lipo batteries.